You're listening to the Coffee Hour. I'm Andy Bates.
And I am the Chancellor, Pastor Marcus Zill. Hi.
It is Wednesday, September 11th. Sarah's out this week. All kinds of mystery guest co-hosts this week.
Wow. Sarah leaves, and, well, you never know what's going to happen.
It's like Wednesday afternoon came early.
Yeah.
Folks are like, what program is it? Wait, is it the student union or is it
See,
the
those of
coffee
us
hour?
that work
confusing.
with college students aren't used to having coffee until we wake up in the afternoon.
I know, this is early for you.
It is early.
Did you just go to bed like 2 hours ago?
No, not exactly. It's not like that, but great to be with you, Andy.
Well, thank you. Thanks for coming in and being part of the coffee hour
And
today.
you all should see Andy doesn't know what to do when Sarah's not around. It's pretty true.
I don't know what to do with the talking stick. Like, there's no one to throw it to. So you're here, so you get it today. I'll throw it to you here in a little bit.
All right.
I want to say thanks to Concordia University Wisconsin for underwriting the coffee hour. Find out more about Concordia University Wisconsin at cuw.edu. Live Uncommon. So the Chancellor of LCMS U, it's LCMS Campus Ministry Student Union, is your program here on KFUO.
I'm a faux chancellor. I'm just. I don't have an actual degree. It's a fake title for a fake head of a fake university. It's just a name.
But campus ministry is legit.
Campus ministry is legit.
Campus ministry is legit. That's not fake. And there is some outstanding campus ministry going on this year around the country. It has been going on for some time, and you get to visit a lot of these chapters, these LCMSU chapters, and learn more about what they're doing and try to resource them as well in ways that you can and just support them.
Well, I always tell people I am nothing but a giant cheerleader for campus ministry. And for those of you that haven't seen me before, that's kind of a scary thought. I'm 30 pounds, 6'3", no hair.
What's your favorite cheer?
Yeah. Go LCMS U, go.
Do we have like a fight song or something like?
No, I've threatened to do that before, and I should. We should have a fight song. I'm still working on a kind of an extension of the logo that will have kind of a mascot.
A mascot.
Because if you're going to have a fake university, you might as well have a fake mask. You might as well go all in. But no, yeah, I have a chance to get around and see a lot of our campus ministries. I mean, there's such great stuff going on out there, especially at the beginning of the year. People, many of our campus ministries do things to help students move into the dorms. They have all their welcome back barbecues and all those types of things. Usually there's fire involved, lots of fire pits going on, especially up north. I just came back from a glorious occasion up at the University of Minnesota in Minneapolis after 7 years of being in exile and not having a building. University Lutheran Chapel had a chance to do something that's rather rare these days, and that's dedicate a brand new sanctuary for campus ministry. And it was just absolutely glorious. It was wonderful, and got myself in a little trouble though. I should tell you about this. Maybe not on air. But they haven't.
This is the coffee hour, not confessions.
No, well, I was pointing out to everybody from where I was sitting up in the chancel and listening to Professor John Pless from the Fort Wayne Seminary preaching. The windows are wide open, and they built this chapel. What usually happened back in the day is you would find a sorority house or something like that, buy it to get as close to the campus as you could. Wait till you built up the money, another house would come open next door, and then you'd tear it all down and build your campus ministry. And that's essentially what they have more or less done with this chapel. But all the sorority houses are still around them. And so here they have all this open window pane into the sanctuary, and there's nothing but sorority rushes going on everywhere around. It was both distracting and also kind of apropos, because it kind of bespeaks why we need to have these places as close to the belly of the academic beast as we can get.
So right in the heart of campus life, of the student life there in the community, the college community, is this campus ministry building.
No, I mean, we were sitting there doing all this stuff, walking around the church and and dedicating each corner of the altar while these girls were over there dancing to some music and stuff for Rush
outside
Week.
the building.
Right, outside the building.
Clarify the radio here.
But and every once in a while, I would be kind of slightly distracted seeing that I was just mesmerized by the fact that they could see us and we could see them, and I could see these girls mouthing the words that I won't repeat, but it was something along the lines of what the heck are they doing? What are they doing over there? And I could see that that's what they were wondering, and I was like, that's why we're here.
Yeah, to answer that question.
That's precisely why campus ministries need to be right where they're at, as close as they can be.
So thanks be to God for the new chapel, University Lutheran Chapel in Minnesota, and so student ministry there. How many students? Who are they reaching out to with the campus ministry there?
Well, I mean, there's 60,000, 70,000 students. Plenty of Norwegians and Germans to reach out to, but a lot of other international students as well. But most of people don't realize the extent that we have a lot of international students that have the opportunity to hear the gospel for the first time and be invited by their friends to come to hear the gospel, to hear Christ for them anytime, anywhere, even in the midst of sorority row. So, yeah, lots of great stuff. We have 250 chapters, some big, some small, all seeking to be faithful and reaching out the best that they can. It's a little bit of a slog, but it's a great joy, too.
So you made it to visit ULC in Minnesota, University Lutheran Chapel. What are some of the other chapters that you've had a chance to visit this past year?
Well, I haven't gone out I try to stay away a little bit at the beginning of the year because they're like, we don't really want you to visit when because this first month is so crucial for them to actually be, oh, sorry, we're not spending time with these new students because the chancellor's arrived. But let's see, where have I gone this last spring? I went to the University of Arkansas, University of Oregon State. I've got some recent trips coming up. I'm hoping to get down to Louisiana and Mississippi. I like to get to the places where maybe we don't have as strong of a Lutheran presence. There's an outfit, a church down in Monroe, Louisiana, contacted me the other day and said, we've got students from University of Louisiana Monroe, Louisiana Tech, half an hour away, and from Grambling, which is a historically black college, and we got about 20 of them all of a sudden. What do we do? And I'm like, wow.
Praise the Lord.
Yes. So that's when I really jump into action and try to do everything I can to help people get things started. Those that have been doing it well, doing it for a while, typically don't need to see me. But I love that consulting piece. I love having a chance to give them, because everything's different. Every college is different. Every congregation, logistical, local circumstance is completely different. So, anyways, it's a great joy. That's the joy that I get, is to see the joy in other people's faces as they work with these college students.
So campus ministry isn't cookie cutter. It's not something that looks exactly the same. Is there something that is like a congregation like this that contacted you and said, we've got students showing up at our door, what do we do? Is there something that is consistent across the board in terms of campus ministry, what you're sharing with them?
Well, I mean, first of all, and I've said this probably on your program before, but the reason why we care, I think, is always important. I always tell people you need three things to do campus ministry. You need the gospel, because and you need to be faithful to it, because if you're not, then what's the point? 2, you need to love college students and genuinely love them. A lot of people think campus ministry is important, but they don't want to be hanging out with the students. I show up somewhere, I blow everybody off, and I go right to the students. That's just kind of the way I am. And then you need fire, as in a fire pit. And I always get raised eyebrows with that, but what I mean by that is you need times to actually spend developing relationships with students, to listen to them, to hear their thoughts, to get their questions, to give them a chance to ask, hey, I heard a prof say such and I mean, relationships really matter, and nothing says nothing builds a relationship quicker than either fire or road tripping, where you're trapped.
Captive audience.
You have a captive audience, and you need to, but it underscores the fact that you need to be in their lives, and you need to give them the chance to kind of raise their questions. So, Yeah. No, but no, those things are consistent. I mean, not fire everywhere, but we catechize and care for our own. We have apologetics in the academic square. We encourage that wherever we can to be in the middle of the academic incubator of ideas. We reach the lost. We seek to reach the lost, and we try to engage a dying culture with Christ. And normally that could be the bare minimum, as you really need somebody to do this about 5 hours a week at the very least. Mm-hmm. You need to have some sense of organization. I usually get asked the question, how do we do campus ministry out of our congregation on 5 hours a week and no money? And that's kind of the baseline. Mm-hmm. And if you have somebody that cares enough to do it, then that's where you start.
And when we're talking about campus ministry, a lot of pictures come to mind. We might think of something as beautiful as the new chapel at University Lutheran Chapel or University Lutheran Church Chapel in Minnesota, or
Toga.
We might think of something like a actual campus ministry building on a campus.
Right.
But campus ministry is also the town and gown, sort of the congregations that are near, within half an hour of college.
In the LCMS, we only have about 25 dedicated facilities for campus ministry. The vast majority are town gown. And in some cases, we don't even have a congregation at all. Or we don't have a church building at all. We don't, campus ministry can be done completely without a building anywhere. Mm-hmm. And that happens too. But yeah, typically, the norm is to have a congregation that's near a university that's trying to seek out. They have many ministries. They have ministries to, maybe they have a preschool, a day school, whatever. And they're like, hey, we got a college, 0.7 of a mile from here. What should we be doing?
That is outstanding. How can we find out if there's a chapter in our area? How can we connect students to?
And
we've got a student off at college this year,
right? And that's hey, I haven't had the talking stick. Can I hold the talking stick for the last?
There you go.
He teased me with it, folks, and then he didn't let me hold it till now. But go to lcmsu.org or lcms.org//LCMSU, and one of the first things you'll find is a nice handy dandy map that shows where our near 250 chapters are, or you can hit a little link to try to connect a student to us so that we can help connect them to a place where maybe we don't have somebody on the map.
And now you want to give a shout out to all 250 chapters.
Yes. Keep up the great work, guys. Seriously, they, I don't even need to tell them that, because anybody that's doing campus ministry cares very deeply, and that's why they're motivated to do it. So anyways.
I love your motto, your tagline too.
College is tough. You need Jesus. We'll help.
You're listening to Coffee Hour. I'm Andy Bates.
And Marcus Zill.
Stick around.
Bye.
We have more to share with you on Rally Week on KFUO.